Spirituality is an approach to living actively in this world with a sense of purpose and belonging. Religion is often not nuanced. It is often situated as following a certain set of beliefs or a certain set of practices. So increasingly what I see are alternative ways that people are trying to pursue their spiritual well-being, where it's no longer identifying with a specific system, but rather still finding ways to encourage their belief, to fortify their belief, to grow their belief, while at the same time saying, I don't need to be stuck in a system that not only is not a representative of who I am, but doesn't accept me for the person that I know that I am. My name is Morgan Shipley. I'm the Folio Endowed Chair of Spirituality and Associate Professor of Religious Studies at Michigan State University. A growing majority of people are seeing themselves as religiously unaffiliated, and therefore embracing spirituality because that is a little bit more amorphous. It's more open for self-definition for what is right for me and what I need to do to increase my internal sense of self, my inner peace, but also the way that I think about my relationship to others. And so at the same time that they might be moving away from traditional religious settings, they are increasingly interested in holistic well-being. And that is a core aspect of spirituality. As religious institutions, as secular society are trying to understand this growing category of people who are religiously unaffiliated, we can't assume that they all follow the same path. And we also should not assume that simply saying that I'm not religious does not mean that one does not believe in a higher power or that one is not committed to fortifying their spiritual truths and their spiritual sense of self.
A lot of people assume that eating well means eating healthily, and eating healthily means eating in a way that's going to make you thin. And I just think it's totally wrong. I do think that eating is an ethical and moral issue, but not in that way. You are not a bad person if you eat cake. You are not a good person because you don't eat cake. I'm Megan Dean. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Philosophy at Michigan State University, and I'm an expert on the ethics of eating. Eating has so much value in our life. It's a source of pleasure, enjoyment. It's a way to connect with our identities, with our family, to make people feel welcome. When eating with other people becomes something that is full of judgment, full of shame, full of exclusion, what's going wrong there? What can we do better? One thing that a host can do to make sure that they're inclusive is to reflect a little bit on the expectations and assumptions you have for how that meal will go. One common expectation that someone might have is that everyone's going to share the same food and that everyone will eat the food that's offered to them. A lot of these expectations and assumptions actually clash with what people who have restricted diets need to do. There's research showing that some people who have celiac disease or food intolerances will actually eat the food that's offered to them because they're so uncomfortable with seeming like a bad guest that they'll just eat it even though they know it will make them sick. You can still have a nice formal sit-down meal and serve things family style, so everyone can take what they want and how much they want, and there's no pressure to eat everything. We would all be a lot better off if we judged ourselves and other people a lot less for what we eat. I think we tend to moralize the wrong things when it comes to eating. We tend to moralize whether you eat something that's fattening or not. And that just doesn't matter morally. But there are so many other things that do. And I think that having that sort of narrow view and being so judgmental really gets in the way of us enjoying eating and also ensuring that everybody can eat well.
My experience as an Olympic rower has shaped my work as a designer in so many ways. I've spent thousands of hours on the water in different countries in my rowing shell. And that has created a very close connection with the natural environment. Because of this, I've chosen to concentrate on environmental awareness and action through my design work. I'm Kelly Salka MacArthur. I'm a two-time Olympic rower and a professor of graphic design in the Department of Art, Art History and Design at Michigan State University. I'm an expert in graphic design and environmental awareness and action. Being in the Olympics was an amazing life experience. It was something that I'll always be proud of and something that I recognize is a big part of who I am. The Olympic values teamwork, resilience, persistence, honor, joy, respect have been guides that have helped me make difficult decisions. Olympic values are principles that can really pull all of us together across cultures and across sport disciplines and across generations. And I think the Olympian Artist in Residence program has been a way for me to share these things with others. Rowing has given me a great capability to focus on one goal, responding to every ripple or gust of wind or sound, or every shift in equilibrium of the shell on the surface of the water. All of these things are aspects that a rower has to respond to momentarily, stroke by stroke. I see similarity there between what I do as a designer, because when I'm really in the creative process and coming up with these ideas, whether they're visual or text-based or conceptual, or the combination of all of those, I'm making micro decisions in terms of how to move forward in that process. And so there's a real sense of agility and response in both sport and design. Both athletics and design are human opportunities to take advantage of what we have, what we can explore and experience as people with different abilities, different ways that we can use our mind, body, and soul.
What's your emergency?
EMS isn't for everybody. You've got to be different. You've got to care about people. You've got to act fast. Someone's life is on the line. They need your help. That's EMS. Got what it takes? Visit gotwhatittakes.org for more info.
911, what's your emergency?
EMS isn't for everybody. You've got to be different. You've got to love the rush. You've got to want the adventure. Someone's life is on the line, and they need a hero. That's EMS. Got what it takes? Visit gotwhatittakes.org for more info.
Most people never think about the codes and standards that protect us in the places where we live, work, and play. At the International Code Council, it's all we think about. In fact, we proudly call ourselves Code Geeks. We are the leading global source of model codes, standards, and building safety solutions. Our mission is to provide tools and resources that our members rely on, building safety professionals turn to, and the public trusts. Whether it's a plumbing code that delivers clean drinking water to your tap, a structural code that ensures a building will weather the storm, or an energy code that protects the planet, the international codes provide the blueprint for building a better world. While codes and standards are our core, the International Code Council provides a suite of building safety solutions that keeps families and communities safe. Product evaluation and testing, accreditation, professional development and training, software and technology, consulting. We don't do it alone. Our network of members and industry experts keeps the international codes updated to the latest in building safety and building science. Call us Code Geeks. It's a name we wear with pride because we know that we're helping to build a safer, more sustainable, and accessible world for everyone. To learn more about what we do, visit iccsafe.org. The International Code Council. Building confidence, building community.
Have you felt a strong sense of purpose driving you to be part of something bigger? Do you have an innate desire to safeguard your community, protect the well-being of your neighbors, and ensure the safety of your loved ones? Do you strongly believe in the idea of upholding justice, even in the most challenging situations? Deputies of the Ingham County Sheriff's Office play a crucial role in keeping our community safe. From our highly motivated group of corrections professionals to responding to an emergency during a time of crisis, you will be making a difference in the lives of others. You'll be part of a close-knit family of well-trained professionals who are dedicated to setting the standard in corrections and law enforcement, and offer service with pride, honor, and integrity. Join the Ingham County Sheriff's Office, where service meets excellence. Visit our website to learn more about our career opportunities and to apply.
Everybody ready to roll?
I'm really excited about the opportunity to explore my home state and make some new connections in areas that I probably never would have the chance to before.
Where we're going to see the impact that Michigan State University has as Michigan's state university.
I finally know what it means, what it feels like to be a Spartan. Because Spartans will be a source of strength, supportive in the mission, dreams, and future of all those who consider us home.
It's about uplifting communities, and this is just such a good example of how we are concretely doing this.
I think I just feel so much pride to be a part of a Spartan nation that connects all over the state, and even just to meet our colleagues and to see what inspiring work they're doing has just given me a renewed energy for my work and renewed passion.
It's been inspiring. The opportunity to build connection with community partners, getting to meet these students here, it's really why we do what we do, and it's a blessing to be a part of that.
These past few days have been so meaningful to learn much more about the state, all the things that MSU is doing and the impact that MSU is having. It's just absolutely incredible.
It's completely changed my view around my work. There are so many things that I have already documented that I want to take back to the university.
This has really made me exceedingly proud to be a Spartan because of the work that we are doing in collaboration with different communities in Michigan.
We all need help sometimes.
It's okay to ask. Sometimes you just need a lift.
What's important is you know where to go when you need help. If you're struggling to pay your utility bill, the Lansing Board of Water and Light can help. Our team understands life's easier when you have someone in your corner. BWL can offer flexible payment arrangements to help you from falling behind and connect you to resources in the community. It starts with a simple call. To learn more, go to lbwl.com.
We're your hometown utility.
The Lansing Board of Water and Light.
We're proud to work here.
And we're excited to help you.
At BWL, we go above and beyond every day to provide you with the exceptional customer service you've come to know and expect. Right here in Lansing. We are hometown people, hometown power. To learn more, go to lbwl.com.
I just paid my BWL bill.
I just paid my BWL bill.
I just paid my BWL bill.
Paying your BWL bill is now easier than ever. Find free and convenient ways to pay wherever you are.
My BWL bill just auto-paid, and it was very convenient.
Very convenient.
From your phone to in person, BWL makes it easy to pay your bill however you want. For more ways to pay, visit lbwl.com.
My name is Melissa Kyle, and I've been a member of the MDA since 2018. So I started skating basically as soon as I could walk. Started competing at the age of 4, and then competed for the next 15 years as a competitive figure skater. It's the combination of athleticism, but also artistry that I love so much. I started coaching when I was in high school, actually, when I was 14, and continued it all the way through college, undergrad, and dental school. I have skaters of all ages and all levels. My favorite thing is figuring out what their biggest goal is and then helping them work towards that goal. So whether that be I want to land an axel or I want to compete at this competition, I love helping them get there. I was that strange kid that loved the dentist. And as I got older, I really do value helping people, and I wanted to be in healthcare, so I thought that dentistry was a good route for me to go. I get to help people work towards their oral health goals. So a little bit different than figure skating, but essentially the same thing. Figure skating is a beautiful sport, but it's also a very lonely one at times. As a skater, you work alone with your coach. And then dentistry, you might be alone in a practice. So I think it's very valuable to have that community behind you there, at all times. And, for me, that's the MDA. The MDA has so many different facets. They support you advocacy-wise at more of like a lawmaking level. They support you as a business if you're a private practitioner, and then they support you, through mental health and things like that. So they're really trying to support you as a whole person and as a dentist at the same time, not just you as the dentist.
A lot of people assume that eating well means eating healthily, and eating healthily means eating in a way that's going to make you thin. And I just think it's totally wrong. I do think that eating is an ethical and moral issue, but not in that way. You are not a bad person if you eat cake. You are not a good person because you don't eat cake. I'm Megan Dean. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Philosophy at Michigan State University, and I'm an expert on the ethics of eating. Eating has so much value in our life. It's a source of pleasure, enjoyment. It's a way to connect with our identities, with our family, to make people feel welcome. When eating with other people becomes something that is full of judgment, full of shame, full of exclusion, what's going on there? What can we do better? One thing that a host can do to make sure that they're inclusive is to reflect a little bit on the expectations and assumptions you have for how that meal will go. One common expectation that someone might have is that everyone's going to share the same food and that everyone will eat the food that's offered to them. A lot of these expectations and assumptions actually clash with what people who have restricted diets need to do. There's research showing that some people who have celiac disease or food intolerances will actually eat the food that's offered to them because they're so uncomfortable with seeming like a bad guest that they'll just eat it even though they know it will make them sick. You can still have a nice formal sit-down meal and serve things family style, so everyone can take what they want and how much they want, and there's no pressure to eat everything. We would all be a lot better off if we judged ourselves and other people a lot less for what we eat. I think we tend to moralize the wrong things when it comes to eating. We tend to moralize whether you eat something that's fattening or not. And that just doesn't matter morally. But there are so many other things that do. And I think that having that sort of narrow view and being so judgmental really gets in the way of us enjoying eating and also ensuring that everybody can eat well.
At the MSU Institute of Agricultural Technology, we believe in the power of innovation, tradition, and the next generation of leaders.
Here, we equip future agricultural and environmental stewards with the knowledge and skills to excel in their fields.
With programs across the state, we offer a hands-on, career-centric education that prepares our students to make real-world impact.
Our vision? To be the force behind Michigan's diverse agricultural sectors.
At IAT, we understand that collaboration is key. Together, our community of students, faculty, and industry partners drives progress forward.
From classrooms to fields, from labs to industry, our graduates are prepared to take on the challenges of tomorrow, creating a brighter, more sustainable future.
Discover your path. Shape the future of agriculture. Your journey starts here.
When I got to the dorms my freshman year at MSU, there's as many people in my freshman dorms as the entirety of my hometown. But it really kind of formed my adulthood with a lot of the things I got involved with while in Lansing, including the Capital City Film Festival, TEDx Lansing, going over to TEDx Detroit, and always wanted to see some of those bigger city events come back to the UP, and all of those things have now happened here in Marquette. If there's one theme throughout my projects, it is taking an idea and pressing it and pushing it as far as I can. I lose a lot of sleep if I'm not actively working on an idea. I want to expand on that idea as much as I can and push the envelope as much as possible.